Greetings, my dear viewers. Pyramid on Air.
In this video, we will take a closer look at who Glitch Plunger Cameraman is. Where did it come from and who updates it? How strong is he? And what technologies were used to create this unique, fearless cyborg? In this video, we dive into the story of one of the most interesting characters in the Skibidi Toilet series. Almost all of my viewers watch me without a subscription, so be sure to subscribe to the channel so as not to miss the most interesting things. Let's get 20,000 likes and then I'll immediately start creating an analysis of the next character. I spent a lot of time getting all this interesting information, so grab your goodies, get comfortable, and let's dive into the detail.
Analysis.
First, let's look at the story of our hero. It is divided into 4 main stages of evolution.
Starbirth stage, stage of feet, death stage, resurrection stage.
Let's look at the map in detail.
Starbirth stage.
After the attack of the Dark Twin Male 09 with the help of Skibidi toilets on the cities of the Earth and people, an alliance was formed to confront and protect planet Earth. It consists of 4 main races:
Cameras, speakers, and TVs.
To save the universe, the Alliance organized squads of cameramen delivering data about ongoing battles to the main server of the laboratory of the good scientist
Male 09.
With the help of this data, he is trying to control his evil double,
Evil Male 09.
One of the main date earners is the legendary and fearless
Plunger Cameraman.
He is part of the squads of black cameramen whose function is aimed at unnoticed penetration into secret places and crushing attacks. In other words,
This is the special forces of the Alliance.
let's start with the hero's appearance and his disguise. What is he wearing and what does he look like? He's wearing a black coat, a gray suit with white buttons, a black shirt, a black tie, black leather boots, black leather gloves. It has a main black camera and an additional black infrared camera with a blue backlight. But was he always like this? Let's analyze the secrets of this character, goals, and motivation through his evolution in the Skibidi Toilet series.
Episode 2.
The first time we see a black camera is in Episode 2. But this is clearly not our hero. This is one of the Terracotta Twins. But we'll talk about this later.
Episode 3.
Next, we have black cameras in Episode 3 on armored vehicles.
How do you think these cameras relate to Glitch Plunger Cameraman?
I want to tell you that dark material is mainly used for camouflage purposes. That is, according to one theory, everyone who has a black camera belongs to special, secretive troops and carries out corresponding functions.
Episode 8.
Then, in Episode 8, we see a group of cameramen with black cameras, which confirms that this type of cameraman is quite common in the Alliance.
Episode 10.
Then, in Episode 10, we see one of the Terracotta Twins with a black camera. We often meet his brother, if you haven't forgotten, for example, in Episode 03 or in Episode 63, but more on that later.
Episode 11.
Then in Episode 11, we see the black camera again, but it's still not our hero.
Episode 14.
Then the troops in the 14th episode appear before us, and it is unlikely that our camera plunger was there. After all, the entire detachment was destroyed by Skibidi toilets.
Episode 19.
Then in Episode 19, we see a black camera, but again, this is not the one that interests us.
Episode 26.
Many believe that the operator with the black camera in Episode 26 is our hero. But this theory can be debunked, because the original cameraman plunger has gray pants and not black ones, like in Episode 26. It cannot be said that he is the bravest of the group, because the other participants in the attack are also as active as he is. So this theory is controversial, especially considering the fact that there is no plunger in his hand.
Episode 39.
The first appearance, as many believe, occurred in Episode 39. This opinion arises due to the fact that there is a plunger in the hands of the camera as a weapon of battle. But if we pay attention to the hero's sleeves, we will notice that they are white. And here we can have several theories. Either the camera plunger changed clothes in the process of its evolution, or this is one of a detachment of black cameras engaged in special combat missions, or Defuk simply forgot to change the color of his shirt.
Episode 40.
Then in Episode 40, we again see a cameraman in a white shirt using a plunger, and here I'm starting to lean towards the fact that perhaps the camera plunger changed my clothes after all. Why the theory with changing clothes is most likely correct, you can look in more detail in my analysis about simp camera change at the link in the tip.
Starbirth, Episode 43.
Next, in Episode 43, we see a group of cameramen. Among them is a cameraman with a black camera and a red tie. This is already the closest theory to the truth, because sitting next to us is a mech scientist cameraman, who in subsequent episodes will be next to our hero. Let's look at his appearance. A red tie, one plunger that he does not yet wear behind his back, a white lower camera with infrared diodes without blue illumination, by the way. He needs the lower camera for night photography. Then we see the main CCTV black camera. CCTV stands for closed circuit television. This is a closed circuit television system, that is, a system where video is not broadcast to public networks, but is shown only on a special receiver.
It uses devices for recording, processing, storing, and playing video information.
This CCTV camera uses DDR technology. What is a DDR? DDR stands for direct-to-disc recorder. A DDR is basically a small computer with a singular purpose, to record output from a DV camera onto a hard drive so that it can be copied onto a computer for editing.
Why are these cameras so important?
There is a theory that Defuk is collecting a data array from these cameras to release the next episode for us. What did you think of this, Art? Write in the comments. But according to another theory, this data goes to the server of the scientist Male09. And also do not forget that these two theories can be related.
If you want me to make a detailed and interesting video on this topic,
give it a like.
Episode 45.
Then in episode 45, we see the camera plunger man sitting hidden outside the house. Already here, he shows the quality of a ninja using his dark clothes and camera to better hide himself. Notice that the red tie is no longer there. This means that he fully accepted the mission of the Special Forces detachment and became maximally devoted not to his passions, but to his cause and alliance.
Episode 48.
In episode 48, we meet our hero again, and here we notice that he already has two plungers. As POV, the cameraman is his friend, the scientist, with whom he has been together since episode 43. Here they are separated by a Skibidi toilet with a circular saw. Our hero barely manages to escape thanks to his agility as a commando. Stage of Feat, episode 50. In episode 50, we see cameraman Plunger acting as the heroic defender of the Alliance's scientist base. He just goes into battle against hordes of huge Skibidi toilets, absolutely fearless. According to one theory, he goes there to photograph valuable material close-up and is well aware that Titan cameraman will come to the rescue now.
This information is not available to other Alliance agents.
According to another theory, the Plunger, after the death of his scientist friend, fell into the agony of fearlessness and in blind rage went towards the enemy in order to somehow quench his pain of losing a friend. By the way, in this episode, he was filmed by Simp Cameraman, and you can see this in detail in my analysis about Simp Cameraman.
Episode 51.
Stunned by the bravery of the little fighter, the Titan cameraman takes it with him, realizing that it is a symbol of valor and strong spirit. We can say that he keeps it as a talisman. According to another theory, the cameraman Plunger in this scene plays the role of a video data extractor to capture all the material in as much detail as possible. Because as we already know from episode 60, any material from the camera is broadcast on the screens of representatives of the TV race, and the Alliance has this information to form a strategy. No other cameraman would dare to be with a Titan in such difficult battles. With his strength of indestructible spirit, our hero makes his way to the reputation of the main spiritual leader.
Episode 52.
Starting with the 52nd episode, the fun begins. Most likely, after a successful mission in the 51st episode with the Titan, Alliance scientists decide to improve the cameraman's plunger. He gets a jetpack, made specifically to his size, with two small turbines, and an improved, now black infrared camera with blue backlight. In the same episode, they show his meeting with the camera woman. Thus, the author of the series wants to emphasize his high rank, which is now equivalent to a unit commander. Same rank as camera woman commander of the Alliance forces.
Episode 53.
In the 53rd episode, we see how the plunger cameraman, together with the camera woman, lead the troops and move deeper into the conquered territories. In this episode, we see the appearance of Astro toilets. Plunger cameraman again tries to fearlessly enter the battle, but at the same moment, Titan cameraman rushes at the Astro toilet and drives him away.
Episode 55.
In episode number 55, we see our tired hero standing by the mountain of defeated Skibidi toilets. Please note that his infrared camera is not glowing at the moment. Most likely this tells us that he is very exhausted after a hard battle.
Death Stage. Episode 57.
As we all already know in the 57th episode, the Alliance is developing a plan to save the Titan Speakerman.
You can learn more about Titan Speakerman from my video with a detailed analysis.
Having caught the right moment, cameraman's plunger jumps onto the back of Titan Speakerman's head to free him from the parasite. But his attempt was unsuccessful, and Titan Speakerman quickly discovered him. But I am sure that this attempt was not in vain because the entire Alliance saw through the hero's camera in what way the parasite actually joins the Titan's body. And this is exactly what helped to quickly eliminate the problem in the future and disable the parasite. The body of the defeated hero and his broken mechanical legs with sparks tell us that he is a cyborg. This means that he has a huge chance of recovery.
But his infrared camera goes out and the viewer cannot understand whether he will still live or not.
Next, in the second part of the 57th episode, a TV woman saves our hero and teleports him to the base of the Alliance scientists.
It is at this moment that simp cameraman gets super negative emotions,
which could possibly start a new villain arc. After this episode, the community experienced a huge shock. Streams of various theories poured onto the internet on various channels. Everyone fantasized as best they could about whether the plunger cameraman would survive and what improvements it could get.
Resurrection Stage, Episode 63.
We waited with hope for what would happen next. And finally, 6 episodes later, in the 63rd episode, we see the new revived plunger cameraman. His friend, the mech scientist cameraman, after catching Glitch Skibidi toilet together with a TV woman, applied this technology to his friend. Let's take a closer look at the improvements he received. Many theorists assumed that his legs would be restored and all his abilities would be integrated into his personal body. But as it turned out, the main thing that was done was to modernize the glitch toilet so that our hero could control it. Please note that there is no longer a jetpack on the back, but instead there is a special mount that fixes the plunger cameraman in the glitch toilet so that it does not fall out at high speed. There are armored plates on the toilet itself. Now there are additional rigid combat structures in the front. These are 4 guide blades for the ram. We also see that the toilet is controlled by hands with the help of special bracelets that a plunger inserts into your hands. There are aerodynamic blades on the back of the toilet cistern. They help cut through the air and accelerate. At the same time, they injure the enemy at high speed. Note that the same aerodynamic blades are used by evil Skibidi scientist. We can also spot a cannon plunger. 2 large ones on the sides and 2 small ones on top of the tank. Also note that the tank has a drain. I'm very interested in what will happen if someone pulls on this drain. Will it wash away the plunger cameraman?
If yes, then where?
From now on, we can see that his legs are completely restored. Although according to many theories, it was assumed that he would have the same legs as the mech scientist cameraman.
So what did we find out with this video?
Glitch Plunger Cameraman is one of the main characters of the series. He carries the idea of courage and endless bravery. He inspires his troops to great deeds. He gets the most difficult tasks to obtain video materials. And now one of his main abilities is incredible speed. Let's talk about the further development of our hero.
New technology.
In the series, it can be expected that Glitch Plunger Cameraman will continue to develop its technologies and abilities. His meeting with the mech scientist cameraman and the improvement of technology indicates that his arsenal will expand. Perhaps he will acquire new weapons and special skills to fight astro toilets and other threats.
New enemies.
One of the possible arches for character development can be a battle with new and powerful antagonists. This may include the appearance of new types of toilets or other enemies that will require Glitch Plunger Cameraman to apply all his skills and equipment. With the help of glitch technology, perhaps he will become the main opposing force in the fight against astro toilets.
New friends.
Glitch Plunger Cameraman can join new alliances and cooperate with other characters in the fight against threats. This can add complexity and interesting dynamics to the series.
Data Hunter.
Super speed also allows the hero to instantly move to different places to gather information and scout the territory, which can be very useful for planning combat operations.
Weak spots.
Dependence on glitch technology. He can be caught with the help of TV technology. And as we already know, the evil Skibidi scientist can steal any technology from the Alliance. Our hero is also capable of strong friendship, which means he is at risk of betrayal. He is very close friends with the Titan cameraman and with the mech scientist cameraman. Who else can betray him? What do you think? Write your theories in the comments. New dimensions. Plunger Cameraman and his team can go on a journey to unknown worlds or areas of their universe. In the process of exploring, they may encounter new races, mysterious artifacts, and secrets that will expand the plot and add additional layers of mysteries and dangers. I'm sure we'll have a lot of interesting things to look forward to in the next episodes. Therefore, if you want to continue watching such videos about the heroes of the series,
Like and subscribe to my channel, and watch my next video.